I brought my first container over at the age of 21. These days, 21-year-olds don't even know if they're a boy or a girl. Am I wrong? Do you get me?
Oh, there's one sitting right there.
That's what I'm saying. At the age of 21, I was importing containers. I was doing international business, alhamdulillah. And from there, as I said, I've grown from strength to strength. But I've realised, see all the people that I've met that have really smashed it, see their discipline is on a whole new level.
Do you think in Glasgow, people are quick to judge?
Of course.
Or things like that?
Absolutely.
Anyone doing something, they suddenly just want to judge?
Listen, Glasgow is like a bend. Everybody knows what everyone else is doing. See, Bilal, tomorrow you pulled out a Porsche. Half the city would say he's a fraudie or he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
They wouldn't understand that you put in 5 years of work and you've maybe built up a deposit money and you've put it down. You're treating yourself. People don't in Glasgow don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
People just think I'm a daft boy for gifting it, doesn't know what he's doing. But I keep quiet. You've asked me, you've called me on the show, and I've told you, listen, I'll give you a little. There's going to be no filter today. Do you know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Judge Reviews podcast, the show where Glasgow superstars sit in the hot seat and tell their story. Before we dive in, big shout out to the legends who keep the show cooking: Steak Lounge and Grill, Spuddies, the original Mr. Chef and Figos, and with support from Send Location, our marketing partner of choice. And anyone asking about shop fits, Quantum Builders are who I'd recommend. Right, let's get into it. Today's guest is a man who's done it all: weddings, stages, shishas, pizza, and somehow managed to cause controversy in every lane. He grew up around one of Glasgow's most talked about wedding function businesses, VIP, where if you needed a stage built, lights up, and the aunties impressed, chances are his family were involved. When that wasn't enough, he opened a shisha lounge, had folk debating about morals instead of menus. Then he opened a pizza shop, and suddenly everyone became a branding expert, a lawyer, and a food critic overnight. Some people say he's misunderstood, some people say he's controversial, most people say aye, but the pizza's good. He's been talked about, doubted, written off, and still somehow keeps popping up on your feed. Glasgow, whether you rate him or not, and you definitely know him, this is Abdul Raheem. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody.
And Blavo, thanks for coming on.
Very welcome.
So, how was that intro?
Fantastic. Sounds about right.
So normally when we start off the podcast, we like to just get to the start of things, a bit of background.
Of course.
So if you want to go back to before all the businesses, before VIP, where did you grow up? What was life like for you as a kid?
I actually grew up in the south side of Glasgow in Newlands all my life. I've grown up my parents' house. I went to a private school in Newton Mearns, Belmont House.
Okay.
Very, very good school. I think it's still there today. When I went, it was boys only. Then down the line it became girls and boys. At the time it was an amazing school. A lot of the big families in Glasgow, all their kids went to this same school. So can't complain. I had a very good start in life. There's no issues there. As I said, I went on to go to university. I'm an environmental civil engineer. Wow. So I've qualified. I was working at the time. Then obviously the banking collapse happened and the recession kicked in, so the construction industry got hit hard. That's when I then went into doing my own business, and then the rest is kind of history, from that point.
So, see, to be honest, I've met you a couple of times now. Once in the cash and carry.
Yep.
And then when I came to get pizza, and I think apart from that, I might message you once on Facebook when you put a post up or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but one thing I would never have guessed, that one, you went to a private school, and two, you do civil engineering.
Yeah.
That's mad.
There's a lot of things people don't know about me. People just judge me from what other people say.
Yeah.
But when you ask me, I'm an open book. I don't hide away from anybody. Anybody's got any questions, just ask.
Yeah.
You've kept that quiet, to be fair, because I've met you numerous times and you've never said anything about that.
You never asked.
All boys school and everything, man.
No, you never asked, innit? You get me?
What's that
I'm not
like?
going to deny it.
What's an all boys school like? I can imagine worse.
Obviously, I went from when I was in primary 1 till 5th year, and they were very small classrooms, but they were really, really good. I could never fault it. Very, very good education the way it was done. But I think it's changed now. It's not the same. I could be wrong, but from what I hear from people, it's not the same. As I said, I'm still in touch with a lot of people that I went to school with. A lot of them are in big positions in society today. I'm still in touch with them. I'm still in touch with my actual school teachers, believe it or not.
No way.
Recently, I went back down to the school just to curiosity kills the cat. So I just thought, you know what, let's go back and see what's happening at the old school. So I went, and they were so happy to see me. Some of the teachers were still there, and they took me on a big tour, took me in the office where I used to go if I got detention. I'd go to this office. So as a kid, now I'm sitting there having tea with the headmaster. So it was good. It was a nice trip down memory lane, you know. So
they always say with private school, it's not about the education; it's about the contacts you make that help you later on in life. Would you say that's true?
I've always made contacts wherever I've gone. I'm a connection man. Wherever I go in the world, I'll make contacts, good or bad, because a person is who you can get access to, and that's always been my strength. I've always got connections that other people don't have or can't get. So school was good for connections, but really when I started making connections was when I left school, and then my whole persona had to change. I realised that a nice guy, you can't be a nice guy too much and expect the world to be good to you. The world's a big bad place, so you've got to wisen up. So when I went to university in 2001 was when I started Cali Uni. So I went to Glasgow Caledonian University. I was only 17 at the time. I got in through clearance, and from there I just networked. I just went boom, and I started networking. I understood the power of connections, the power of having people that you can contact for different various things, you know.
How did that come about, this whole like connections and the sort of entrepreneurial mindset? Was that something you aspired to be? Or
Bro,
how?
do you know what it is? When my father used to do a hardware business, now I learned everything from my father, from watching him, how he did things.
Yeah.
He came to this country uneducated, and he had a hardware store in Wishaw, which everybody knows about, called the Gift Centre. This is before the age of the internet, before the age of the big Tesco's and Asda's, and he did very well in the hardware game. Then when things changed, the collapse of Ravenscraig out in Wishaw changed the whole dynamics of the area. Then I watched him change business. He changed business from fancy goods and hardware into catering. And I watched how he did it, and I learned a lot of the hustle from my father. I learned how to deal with people. Just by being nice to people, the amount of doors that will open will shock you. Most of the things that I've achieved today myself have all been on the back of me just being a nice person. Some of the deals that have landed on my lap, like me getting the whole shisha lounge, I got that with a handshake, no lawyers, very little money put down. The guy trusted me blindly because I had done all his family weddings. I won't say the boy's name because he's highly active in the city, he's still about. He gave me this lounge on a handshake with trust because I was a nice guy. So you don't know what you could achieve just by being a realist and being honest. It opens doors for you. To this day, doors open for me just because of how I carry myself.
Yeah. Who would you say is the biggest influence on you when you were young?
When I was young, probably friends. The same story as us all. When you're not got that much experience with dealing with people, when you start to meet people, I mean, I've went through different camps of groups, different groups of boys for different over the years. I rode with the uni boys, different crowds of people I've spent time with.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest influence in business was my father, because I watched him achieve things, and somehow when doors closed, other doors opened. And again, it's all from the grace of Allah. Everything comes from Allah. If you keep it real and you're honest, things will open for you, you know. But influence-wise, friends would influence you.
Yeah.
I mean, especially now, in my phone book, the kind of people that I have as my personal friends, 99% of society doesn't have these connections. All my friends that I take advice from, they're all big fish, they're all ballers, they're all movers and shakers in their own fields. As I said, they're some of the biggest businessmen in the city. I've got them on a personal level. So these guys influenced me when I watched how they do it.
Yeah.
The level of discipline that's involved is second to none. And I've realised that there are no shortcuts to the top.
When you say discipline, just elaborate a bit, because I think people need to hear that.
Right. When I say discipline, I'll give an example about myself, right? There was a time back in the day when I started weddings.
Yeah.
I believed in myself. I went to Pakistan as soon as I left uni. There was not many jobs. I done a couple of 6-month placements to do with engineering. Then I thought, you know what? I used to watch, because I was doing the catering with my dad. My dad did the catering, but we didn't do decor. So I would see these other companies rock up at weddings, and I was dealing with all the waiter staff, and we were dealing with all the food, but other companies were coming in doing all the decor. And I just remember sitting there thinking, you know what? I could do that better than them. I'm better than that. because I'm an art lover. That's how I got into uni. I got an A in higher art. So I've always been crafty. I've always had a design mind. So I watched people do that and I thought, you know what, I could do it better. And when I jumped into it, I realised, hold on a minute, this has took right over. I spent 9 months in Pakistan, but couldn't speak the language. Everybody says, oh, you can't do this. How are you going to do weddings? You can't speak the language.
Yeah.
But I jumped into it. I said, no, I'll do it. It took me 9 months, but I brought my first container over at the age of 21. These days, 21-year-olds don't even know if they're a boy or a girl. Am I wrong? Do you get me?
Oh, there's one sitting right there.
That's what I'm saying. At the age of 21, I was importing containers, and I was doing international business, alhamdulillah. And from there, as I said, I've grown from strength to strength. But I've realised, see all the people that I've met that are really smashed it, see their discipline is on a whole new level. I can use a couple of examples, like my friend Imran at Strawberry Garden. See if you go into Strawberry Garden now, you'll see that guy stacking shelves. You'll see that guy putting prices up, fixing crates, picking things up. He's the owner of the business, but he's still hands-on. He'll talk to the guy, talk to the people. He'll meet you with respect, doesn't look down on you. That's what I highly respect.
Yeah.
People like that, and I watch how they do it, and I thought, look at the level of discipline. A lot of people sit with their feet up in an office and look down on people. He doesn't. People like that, why they're so successful? Because of their groundwork that they do and their level of discipline. Day and night, they're on the ball with their business.
Yeah. Before we move on, one last thing. What was it like doing business in Pakistan at a young age?
It was a crazy experience because in Pakistan, I mean, I went right into a small town called Chiniot, which is a famous city in Pakistan next to Faisalabad, who specialise in furniture.
Okay.
Now, I went with people telling me in Glasgow, oh, you can't even speak the language. How are you going to do a wedding company?
Aye.
So I said, I'll show you. So see, when I went there, I thought I could go for about 3-4 weeks and get everything sewn up and brought back. But I ended up, as I said, spending about 9 months there. And the reason why I had to stay there was because I realised, unfortunately for us, in our country, Pakistan, you order an apple. See, unless you're standing on top of it, they're going to give you an orange, right? Yeah. So if I'm ordering a certain brand of furniture and they're charging me for a thing called black shisham wood, so the highest grade furniture that comes out of Pakistan is made of, they call it kala shisham. It's black shisham wood. It's very hard, very solid wood. Now what they do, for example, see this sofa here? You can't see the wood in that because it's covered with fabrics and textiles. So if they've told you and they're charging you for black shisham, but inside they've used a cheap brand of wood, you won't know that. So what I did is I realised that when I would go back every 2 weeks to these manufacturers. These were proper karigars. Now I'm talking about, you go into this city, the whole city was just manufacturing lucker, which is wooden artifacts, furnitures, decorations, all by hand. They had wee guys sitting with a chisel. And I had to be on top of them and say, listen, that's not shisham wood. Change that, I'll be back in 2 weeks. So I was right on top of it. They thought, there's the Gora, the white guy come from abroad, we could pump him. But they realised that I'm not your standard guy. I'm going to rock up 2 weeks and I'm going to go right through it. So I sat there for about 9 months. I went through everything and I watched them produce all my goods. Then I gathered all my goods to one warehouse in Lahore. I had a very good contact in Pakistan, one of my father's friends, and he really helped me out a lot because I used his warehouse to gather everything. I had fabrics and backdrops came from Pindi. I had stuff came from Shalwi Market in Lahore, and I had my furniture from Chiniot. So I gathered all the stuff in Shekelpura, which is just outside of Lahore, and we managed to get a freight forwarding company. I worked with Kenny and Nago Logistics, which is a big international German company, and I managed to bring the container in after 9 months, and alhamdulillah, the rest was history.
It's amazing.
So impressed with your knowledge of Pakistan, by the way.
Well,
Genuinely.
I know Pakistan from top to bottom. I've got contacts and friends all over Pakistan. Friends in Karachi, friends in Rawalpindi. Every city in Pakistan, I've built up a network of connections, and I'm still in touch with these people to this day. I just don't talk about it. I don't need to. People just think I'm a daft boy for gifting it, doesn't know what he's doing. But I keep quiet. You've asked me, you've called me on the show, and I've told you, listen, I'll give you a little. There's going to be no filter today. Do you know what I mean? So
VIP functions. It's a serious name in the Glasgow, hospitality industry, wedding industry, going back, I think, even 20, 30 years. I remember getting stuff from your dad back in the day. He's got a VIP uncle under the wee bridge bit and picking up stuff. So, for you, what does VIP represent, and when did you start shaping it? My father was already doing it. It all started off, it was called Omaima Catering. There was 3 chefs in Glasgow that all came together. It was
My father plus 2 other big chefs, well known. I won't say their name because they're both highly active and they're both involved in big business today. So very, very good friends of mine and my father's. So my dad ended up buying the 2 of them out and he called it KK Catering. From KK Catering, I went to VIP Catering. And then I changed it to VIP Functions when we started up doing all the decor and the stages.
Yeah.
And then we offered everything under one brand. But VIP Catering still exists because we're a very, very busy catering company to this day. I mean, these days, as we speak, there's like a fodky every day. And folk are dying and they'll phone my dad straight away from the mosque. We need food for 200 people. Such and such has died. So alhamdulillah, that's kept us going. That's kept my dad going. So the name in the community for the catering is high. And my dad doesn't even use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Old school. Phone them up, write on a bit of paper, boom, your order's done. People know that, so we're like second generation now into this market. And then obviously when I came on scene with the decor and we rebranded it and then we started doing a bit online, all of our clientele came from word of mouth. You know, to this day, I don't have a website. I don't have a VIP Instagram page. I don't have a VIP Functions Facebook page. I've just been running everything on my personal name. And alhamdulillah, I'm sitting where I am. So I'm about to do all that in the next year coming. This year, 2026, we're going to be re-entering the scene again. We're currently working on a few things and we're going to be relaunching, but this time with proper marketing. Word of mouth and personal referrals has kept us going for the last 10 to 15 years. But now I want to capture the young generation, which is the whole market's changed now, because back in the day it used to be right, well, my granddad went to Hajj with your dad and we're from the same boundaries as your family in Pakistan, so they would come to us. Nowadays, this new generation, they've got no loyalty, they're only loyal to the coin. They don't care who went to Hajj with who helped who out back in the day. They just care about the money and what they like and what they want. They couldn't care less who's doing it. That's the new generation, but you can't blame them because they don't know about all the past generations and the history, the connections and all that. The new crowd nowadays just want a job done at the best possible price. You get me?
And speaking of weddings, functions, what is it like now? The environment with wedding stages, furniture, is it competitive? There's only a few players in Glasgow.
See, when I really killed it, it was only about 4 or 5 of us big players were rocking it. And there was enough market share for everybody to eat, right? I went in at the middle market. I never went for the high end. I never went for the low end. The bulk of the market, the 60% of your market are your working class, people like myself and yourselves, right? The working class market make up 60% of your market. 20% is your big fish, the high rollers. 20% are people at the bottom. So I would specialise and focus on the middle market and I would give them the best bang for the buck. They wouldn't be able to get the deal from anyone else that I could give them because I was a one-stop shop. I didn't need to go through anybody. Like, I could make a decision based on how quiet we are, who you are as a customer, and whatever I wanted to do, I could make the price. So I would hustle and I would give people the best deals so that I know it doesn't matter where they're going, they're not going to get a better deal and they're not going to get that quality. But the market changed when COVID kicked in. When COVID kicked in, it changed everybody's mentalities. Now, it used to be a numbers game. Everything worked on a per head basis. So back in the day, it was everybody was keeping up with the Joneses. So what would happen is, well, I will say, you got married back in the day, your family would do 500 people wedding at the Hilton, right? Your cousin's getting married 6 months later. He's going to want to compete with you. He's going to think, he had 500 people at the Hilton, right? Do you know what? I'm going to have 600 people and I'm going to do it at Trump. He had a DJ, I'm going to hire a singer from India for $5,000. So people were competing with each other and we just lived off that, on the back of that. Because it suited us. Because the good thing then, everybody had a big wedding because they felt they have to invite the whole society, they have to invite all the who's, they got to invite everybody. So your average wedding was 400 people. Now when you take 400 people and you multiply that on a catering per head, a service charge per head, chair covers, centerpieces all per head, per table, the numbers add up. When COVID kicked in, everything changed because they capped the functions at 50 people, then they capped it at 20 people. That then changed people's mentality. People realised, hold on a minute, we don't need to spend 30 grand, 20 grand on a wedding, we can spend 5 grand, we can spend 3 grand.
Is that still the case now?
No, now people are doing smaller functions. You'll very rarely get a wedding which is 400 or 500 people. The majority of weddings that are happening now are about 250, 200 people. Now, here's the thing. Back then, when a boy and girl got married, you would get 4 functions on the back of it. You would get a Mendy from the boys' side, a Mendy from the girls' side, a wedding day from the girls' side, and a Valima from the boys' side. So you get 4 functions on the back of one couple. Nowadays, because of the costs and in general, your average Joe hasn't got the money that they had back in the day. So now what they're doing is they're doing a joint function. So both families would come together, they'd call maybe 300 people. They would do a joint Mendy, they would do a joint wedding, so you've only got 2 functions. Now here's the other thing. Now when you've got 10 players to choose from, the customers have more choice, and there's always another company out there that's more hungry than you. Now here's the thing. Companies like myself and all the other ones that are established, we've got big warehouses, we've got big insurances, we've got fleets of vans, we've got full-time staff. Now, when you get these new players come on board, they're like maybe a couple of lassies from a house. They've got one sofa, they've got a wee sofa set, they've got like a basic stage, but you know what? They put it together. The dad's got a shop, so they've got a van. The dad drives. The brother helps unload. So they've got no outside people to pay. If I'm rocking up to do a stage for $2,000, they could rock up and do it for $1,000 and make more money than me. Do you get me? This is how the markets became very saturated, which is why I've took a step back since COVID, and I thought I'm going to reassess things, and I started up these other businesses. I've got into obviously the fast food business because I wanted to keep things, I wanted to have a cash flow without having to rely on the weddings. So as I said, I'm still active in the weddings. I've just been a bit quiet. I've not been doing any marketing. I'm waiting for a few things to come together. When these things come together, I'm going to hit it with a bang. And as I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. People need to know that. Do you get me?
Okay, now, with every success and celebrations, there's also bumps along the way in life and in journeys. When did things start getting difficult for you personally? There's been public talk over the years of setbacks and jail time. You know, how much of that has changed you? What kind of bumps did you hit?
Do you know what it is? Look, see, sometimes in life, everybody makes mistakes. We're all human, right? No one sitting here is exempt from making mistakes. We're all insan. We're all humans. Part of being a human is you make mistakes, but it's how you bounce back and how you learn from them. So like everybody, I've made a few mistakes. I'm not going to shy away. I'm not going to hide it. I don't need to hide it. So yes, I've made a few mistakes, but everybody has. But some of the best people that I've ever met were through these mistakes. To this day, some of the best people that I've met, the most stand-up people you'll meet, the most realist people you'll meet, are the people that I met in a different world. To this day, I'm still in touch with them. Do you get me? But I think it all happened in COVID, when everything shut down. When see, I only used to operate in cash. Do you know, up till 2 weeks ago, I didn't have a bank account at all. For the last 15 years, I've not had a bank account. I only opened a bank account when I launched this original pizza factory. Then I opened a business account. And do you know how hard it was for me to open a business account? It would shock you. Everybody refused me, but not because of bad credit, because of no credit. I was a ghost. I still operate on the old school way. I don't have any monthly outgoings. I don't believe in it. I was always raised, if you can't afford something, don't buy it. If you've got the cash for something, you want to buy it, fine, but don't take loans. I don't have a single credit card loan. I don't have a single mortgage. I don't have a single car on finance. I have nothing that's on a month to month. I don't owe the banks any money. So, and I've always lived by that code, and it's never really done me wrong. If you can't afford something, don't buy it. That's the way I operate.
I think it gets harder though, the way society is now.
It is.
Live by that, because now everything is, they promote everything for you to have a monthly outgoing.
Do you know what? You're right, because the whole system is designed. They want to take away cash in the future. They want everyone to be in debt. Because this is a sick thing I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. One of the best tactics that I used was to put people in debt to me. I used to, God forgive me, right? I would put
people, context to that, because that's going to sound awful.
Right. I'll give you a context to that. My mate would come to me and he'd say, bro, I want to open a business. I need $5,000. And I knew, listen, he's going to struggle to pay me back. But I said, you know what? Take the $5,000. So I would give him $5,000. 6 months later, when he meant to pay me back, he wasn't paying me back. I said, you know what? Now I need some favours off you. You need to drop this off. Whenever I've got a function, you need to drive the van here, drive the van there, go pick my staff up. And they couldn't say no.
That's like modern day slavery.
Not really, because I'm not holding a gun to your head. You came to me for a loan, I'll give you the loan.
For it, gun.
No, but look, at the end of the day,
no, he owed you money. You
agreed to it. Do you get me? So
it's a street code a bit, innit?
One of the best things, honestly, is how it worked for me. Put people in debt, and you'll always have people around you. But now I don't do that. I did it about 10, 15 years ago. I had a lot of people that were in debt to me, but none of them could say no when I phoned them up for a favour. They couldn't say no because they weren't in a position to pay me, so they had to kind of do odd favours for me that I would ask them to do. None of them were bad. It was all to do with like legit business. You get me?
I was always told that if someone asked to borrow money, if you help them out, don't expect it back, but they won't ask you again.
Well, I could also counter that by saying, see if you want to fall out with somebody, give them a loan, because they won't come to you anymore.
That's true.
They won't order from you anymore. You're going to lose the customer, you're going to lose your money. But don't get me wrong, certain people that I'm talking about, the people that I would help out were lifelong childhood friends.
Yeah.
That I couldn't say no. They were in a spot of bother, and I would help them. Now, look, I've went to people through my life who have bailed me out. I'm not going to say their names because they want to remain anonymous. Some of my friends have bailed me out in the last couple of years, and I wouldn't be sitting here, and I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for people bailing me out, and my father as well, who's bailed me out a few times. Even when I've done things that were counterproductive to his reputation, but he still never, alhamdulillah, he still never ever turned me away. Same with some of my friends. I can't fault them. I've got a close knit of high net worth friends who have helped me out through my troublesome times, and alhamdulillah, I'm just on my way back up.
Okay, so let's talk about, so you were at VIP functions, changing the business, evolving it, and then the shisha lounge starts. I remember vaguely hearing about the VIP shisha lounge, shisha, food, all that kind of stuff. What made you want to do that?
Right, I used to like smoking shisha. So see, when I used to work, now I would always have a crew around me, because when you do weddings, I built up a core team. So I'd have about 2-3 drivers, 2-3 boys that loaded about the stage. I had a team. So every night, at the end of a hard day's work, I would like to go and chill out and have a shisha.
Yeah,
that was my little thing. I don't drink alcohol, don't do anything else. So I just like a wee shisha at the end of the night. So I would go and I would frequent these other cafes. Sometimes I would take, like, I would go to 2-3 cafes a night, but I would always pay for all the people around me, all my mates, all my staff. So wherever I go, people would give me a lot of respect, because they knew this guy's rocking up and he's going to spend £100 here because he's got about 5 shishas coming, he's going to buy munchies, he's going to buy mocktails. And I would sit there and I would have my wee downtime, I'd chill out and go away. So I used to think to myself, do you know what? The amount of money that I'm spending going out every day to shisha, and I would network there because everybody would talk to me, because I'm quite easy to get on me. I'm quite confident. I would like to think I'm quite confident. So the opportunity came up, that one came up for sale. And as I said, I only got it because of how nice I was with the guy, and the guy had dealt with me. The guy turned around and goes, Raghu, I would rather give this business to you because I know you're going to do something with it. I've got other people who've got illegitimate money, who want to put money in a bag and they want to buy the lounge, but they don't deserve it. I'd rather give it to you because you're going to make a go of it. And I said, you know what, that's really nice of him. Because the guy didn't need money. The guy wasn't short of money. He just wanted rid of the headache.
These owners before?
Aye. The ones before I took
Directly before?
Directly
so it was pretty busy. I remember going a lot at that time.
No, so when I took it...
What was it called at that time? Anaya's?
No. Velvet Lounge.
Velvet Lounge, that's
It's called
right.
Velvet Lounge. And then I got one of my friends involved, and we revamped it a bit, and me and my friend ran it, and we had a good time. It was we had a lot of ups and downs. We met a lot of people, a lot of madness. Alhamdulillah, it was good. It was a good experience. That's all I could say.
Do you think in Glasgow people are quick to judge?
Of course.
Or things like that?
Absolutely.
Anyone doing something, they suddenly just want to judge?
Listen, Glasgow is like a bend. Everybody knows what everyone else is doing. See, Bilal, tomorrow you pulled out a Porsche. Half the city would say he's a fraudie or he's a drug dealer. They wouldn't understand that you put in 5 years of work and you've maybe built up a deposit money and you've put it down, you're treating yourself. People don't in Glasgow don't look at it like that. It's not like London. If you go down to London, everybody's a nobody. You could drive a Ferrari in London and nobody would care. You'd be able to get on with your business. In Glasgow, sadly, you can't. The minute you pull out a nice motor or a new business or you're Jack the Lad, people hate on you. I've had it all my life. I've had people hating me for no reason. If you sat them down and says, what's your problem with the boy? They couldn't tell you. It's because I don't really care what people think. I do what I'm going to do and I operate and I'm oblivious to what people have to say. People have had things to say about me all my life. I don't care because I keep myself right with God. And that's all that matters. I keep myself right with the people. Go and find anybody in society that will tell you that I've done them a wrong turn. You can't. People that hate on me or people that will hide behind a screen, maybe they've bumped me and I've done something about it. That's why they hate me. That's cool, you can hate me. You done wrong on me, you tried to bump me for a wedding and I done something about it, and now you don't like it. Cool, keep your opinion.
Yeah.
One thing I'll tell you is, when you're moving in the right direction, you cannot satisfy everybody. If everybody likes you and everybody's with you, then something's not right.
You spoke about that.
Right? Something's not right. You have to have a certain element of critics and haters in order for you to understand that you're going in the right direction. Now, I've got bare haters, but I love it. I thrive off it, because I tell people, if you've got a problem with me, you know where I sit. I sit myself, come and see me. And to this date, no one's came down. Why? Because there is no real reason that people have a problem. It's because I'm a go-getter. Sometimes you go down in life, sometimes you go up. Nobody stays at the top forever. People, what goes up must come down. But one thing about me is I fluctuate. I don't stay at the bottom for long. I find something and I climb back up. I turn to Allah. I get back in connection with Allah. I get my things right and I start being disciplined. Like for the last 3-4 months, I just hit the gym straight.
So see, when you were going through all these issues, right, he mentioned them earlier on, jail time, whatever else you went through. Company's a big part of that. And the company that you're talking about probably weren't inclined to be close to God, right? A lot of the time.
100%.
Right? So how did you separate yourself from those types of people, and how did you get closer to God? Because I think that's something a lot of young people would want to hear about and understand.
Well, look, I've spent 3 small stints in jail. I can talk about it, I don't mind. They were only for a month at a time. But when you find yourself in a prison and those doors shut and it's just you in that cells, then you very fast connect to God. Either you can become a junkie and you can hit the substance abuse, or you can turn to God in fitness. What I did, I just became an animal. I started training like a dog, training like an absolute machine every day and praying every 5 namaz. And you know what? See the amount of peace that I got in there. I was more happier in there than I was out here. Why? Because I didn't miss a single prayer. I read all my namaz, I was reading the Quran, and see, other people built a lot of respect for me. I'm talking about the non-Muslims. They seen me because I didn't hide it. I used to have a much bigger beard. I didn't hide it, what I was doing. I read my namaz, Kullah, and these guys respected that. They thought, you know what, this wee man's all right. And everybody became all right. And plus, if you've got a bit of pattern and you know how to talk and you know how to carry yourself, everyone's cushy. But that's when I realised, when you hit rock bottom and you realise that you're on your own and people that you think are your pals outside aren't doing what you think, what you expect them to do, then you realise, hold on a minute, see, when I get out, I'm going to have to remove all these people out of my life and I'm going to just connect with the people that were there for me when I was down. But as I said, it was a small stunt. It was fake domestic abuse allegations for the recent ones. Absolute nonsense. When I came out, I got not guilty on everything because I didn't do nothing. But I spent 2 months inside and it did have an effect on my business. But Allah works in strange ways, because when I came out, I got rid of a lot of the company. I got rid of bad habits company, and I just focused on my business. And I managed to get this business open. And alhamdulillah, here we are.
Good.
Yeah, so you've led us on nicely to another part of your life, which everyone's talking about. Seems to me you can't do anything without people talking about it for some reason.
I don't mind. People can talk all they want. As I said, if someone wants to talk to me, my door is open. You have asked me to come on board. I've obliged, and here I am. So any questions you've got, I would love to clear the air. I don't owe anybody an explanation, but I'm more than happy to silence a few critics.
Yeah.
Why? What's happened?
Well, you might as well, because I came to the pizza factory, I was going by, I came, bought my food, and then we started speaking, and then I put a review up and I get a comment talking about what we're going to move on to. So I thought, you know what, let's clear the air once and for all to stop all these comments on every post about Pizza Factory. So how did that idea even come about? How were you involved in Pizza Factory in the first place?
I'll take you back to the COVID days. So I had an office which I rented above the original Pizza Factory across from the Barclays Bank. I then became good friends with Terry. May Allah give him Jannat, he's passed away. So I became good friends with Terry because I was there every day. Every night I'd order food. I'd be upstairs in my office doing my work, and I would get food every day, and I really got to know the guy, and I thought, you know what? This guy's solid. This guy's very similar to myself. He is a hard worker, and he's Jack the lad. and he talks to everybody, but he's at his graft and he's on the ball. I really, really respected the guy, the way he operated.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he's passed away. Now, what's happened is he moved to England after his shop went on fire.
Okay.
He moved to England. He opened a store in Stoke, and a couple of weeks before it opened, Allah called him back, right? So years later, I went round to see my friend Taz that owns the car wash and that Spud Box round the corner from where we are.
Aye.
My good friend Taz, Fruitman's son, right? So I went round to see Taz one day. He's a childhood friend of mine. So I was sitting there talking to him, and Zahid popped up, which was Terry's younger brother. So the conversation went, bro, I'm looking to do Pizza Factory again. I said, are you? And he goes, aye. So I says, well, I've got a site next to the Shisha Lounge. It used to be an Arabic restaurant, but I had to kick them out because they had bumped me. So I've got a full kitchen that's pretty much ready, and I've got the location, I've got the hot food license, I've got everything there. So we started talking. He then came round a couple of weeks later. We had a good conversation. Now, here's the deal. This is what people need to understand, right? I put in 100% of the money. The guy put in no money. This was the deal. I'll put in 100% capital. I'll set it all up, but I'm not going to work there.
Okay.
The deal was he would be standing there and he would run it because he told me that he's the one that set up Pizza Factory with his brother Terry. He said it was his recipes, his menu, him and Terry done it together.
Yeah.
How can I verify that from someone that's passed away? Allah give him Jannat. Right? How can I verify that? I can't. So I've got to take the boys' word for it. So we started operating. I started pumping in the money, and I managed to get the place open. Now here's the thing. This guy told me where to go for everything. For the branding, for the signage, I had to use his guys. So I did.
Right.
For the pizza machine, it was him that told me you need this certain brand of machine. It's about $7,000. I says, cool. You need to buy a £1,500 dough mixer. Mega cool. So everything he asked me to do, I went and obliged, and I spent the money. I got it done.
Okay.
When everything was set in stone, everything was done, another guy entered the scene. Some guy, I'm not going to say who, entered the scene and started mixing things up.
Right.
And turned around and says, oh, by the way, this is a franchise and you don't have any control of anything. You need to answer to me, and if we want to open a shop in Pollokshields or whatever, we're going to do that. I says, no, you're not. I says, no chance am I going to let, after me pumping in all this money, am I going to let someone else open up in the south side? When I put all this money in for another guy to run, Zahid was meant to run the business. He's then turned around and says, bro, I can't do this. This is too much pressure. My family don't want me to do it.
Okay.
So then and I'm standing there thinking, I've never cooked a pizza in my life.
Yeah.
I've never ran a fast food business. I come from a wedding background. You ask me to do catering, I'll do it with my eyes shut. You ask me to build 10 stages, I'll do that with my eyes shut. But when you ask me to run a pizza factory with online apps, I've never done all that. I've never even had a bank account.
Yeah.
So then what's happened is he's then turned around and says, do you know what? We're out. Take off the sign. So I said, okay, pay me the cost of the sign. There's your receipt.
Yeah.
To your guy that you wanted me to go to, your sign guy, made the signage, top guy, by the way. I said, there you go. And he said, okay. I says, you pay me that $7,000 for the signing and branding. I'll take the sign off and I'll do my own. So what I did is me and my team went away and we came up with a whole new brand called Midnight Melts. We had a full menu. We had everything done and dusted. Everything was ready.
Okay.
I'm like, Ziggy, get me this dough. He kept on saying, yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Then what happened was about 2 months later, I said, bro, what's happening with this money? I want to push my business. It's costing me a lot of money to keep this place closed. I want to open. Then what's happened is he's turned around after 3 months and says, you know what? I can't get you the dough. So just keep the sign. We're not opening a pizza factory.
Right.
I said, right, cool. But then he goes, I'm not giving you any recipes. I'm not going to give you any knowledge. I'm not going to tell you where to get the atta from. I'm not going to give you the recipe for the sauce. So I'm like, okay, cool. You want to be like that? No problem. What I did out of decency, I then changed the name, because why am I going to go and spend another $7,000 to rebrand it at my cost when I've already spent it? So as a businessman, anybody, I'll let the public decide. Should I have to spend twice? No, I shouldn't. Why should I have to spend twice? That guy turned around and says, and I've got the text messages to back it up. He goes, I'm not interested in this anymore. Keep the brand, keep the sign. Out of decency, because they weren't going to give me any help, I just changed one word. And I changed it from the Pizza Factory to Original Pizza Factory. I then spent the next 6 months testing products, getting in chefs. Remember, I've got a high network connection. I used a lot of personal connections and I got a lot of help from people. And I refined my recipes. I got everything done right down to a T. I got my own suppliers. And I managed to piece it all together with the help of Allah. Without the help of Allah, I could not have done this. But I done it, and I pieced it together with my own menu, and I launched. And none of these guys can handle it. Now, here's the thing that people aren't getting. Terry was my friend. That's the reason why I've not been saying too much online, out of respect for Terry. Okay. Now, Terry's got kids, right? He's got a few kids. Now, tomorrow, I've got 3 kids, right? Tomorrow, if I pass away, I would want someone to help out my kids. So here's the deal, which I still stand on to this day. They don't own any part of the business, but out of respect for Terry, why should his kids suffer? Because the uncle done a U-turn and pulled the plug. So here's what I'm still offering to the family. Once I clear a bit of the business debt, once I get to the 0 mark, I'm going to give a little number direct to Terry's kids. Either it will go to Terry's wife, or it will go into a bank account. I don't need to sit with them. I'm going to send them a little number. Why? Because I've got kids as well. And money's not everything. I'm not greedy.
But that's something you don't even have to do.
I don't have to do it. I'm not obliged to it. I've not took any brand off them.
Yeah.
I've not took any recipes off them. I told them months beforehand what I'm going to do. He knew what I was going to do. He knew I was going to keep the sign. I told him I'm going to change the name. I made him. He's had pretty much a full year to give me $7,000, and we wouldn't be in this scenario. So he's turned half the city against me on a pack of lies. On a pack of nonsense.
Where did this come from? Like, I know the story, you've mentioned it, but where is he kicking up a fuss? Because I didn't hear about this.
Because they've been sending these posts. They've been putting posts about. There's posts going up. People are commenting on my TikTok. Where's Terry? Where's Terry? Where's Terry? I'm like, mate, the guy's passed away. Have a bit of decency. Have a bit of respect.
Yeah.
Right now, as I said, I'm still going to send a wee number to his kids every month. I don't have to. But out of respect for that boy that's passed away. So at the end of the day, if his family have got something to say, this is the real story. Go and check with Ziggy. Then come back online and talk smack. Don't talk nonsense online about me that I've stolen a brand. I've stolen no brand. There is no franchise. There is nothing that's set in stone. I've created all this from scratch. Unfortunately, I was forced in this position. But you ask me, put anybody in my position, would they have acted any differently? Now you know the real story. And I can verify everything. I've got witnesses and I've got text messages who cannot lie. Technology cannot lie.
What do you think the issue is here? These allegations starting because someone's not telling the family the truth?
Yes, and because people doubted me, thinking, how is this wee dafty going to be able to go and operate pizza business? But like before this scenario, people have told me all my life, you can never do this, and I've proved them all. Of course you can do anything if you put your mind to it. If you believe in Allah and you believe in yourself, there's nothing that you cannot achieve in life. And as I said, I'm walking, talking example of it. And I could go in and I could cook pizzas, smash burgers, and this is because of perseverance and hard work. Perseverance, hard work, practice. But this whole family thought, he can't do it. How's he going to do it? And I proved everybody wrong. That's why people have got a problem. People have got something to say, because I managed to get over the line. Because for so long it was shut, they thought, oh, it's finished. They didn't know in the background. All I was posting on social media was gym pictures and me back in the gym, smashing the gym, eating well, training away, and I hid everything. I just portrayed that, and I didn't show what was happening in the background. In the background, I was getting chefs in, we were testing products. The amount of money that I spent on testing products, on wasting arta, on wasting time. I didn't even know what temperature to cook the pizzas at and how long to put the conveyor belt on. I had to do this all practice, and through weeks and weeks and weeks of practice, then becomes perfect. But you can achieve anything you want in life if you put your mind to it and you have faith in Allah.
On a different note, you've come up with a few different styles of pizzas that no one's really seen. How did you come up with them? So like that, for example, there's one that's like a donut shaped pizza, and it's
the donut pizza was already something that they were doing, but I don't think they were doing it at the same level that I was doing it. Because when I done it, I thought, you know what? I need to come up with something different, because there's 100 other pizza shops in the city. So I've got to come up with something that's different. So I came up with, all these pizza menu. I sat there myself. I'm 41. All my life I've eaten carry-outs and I've tried different food. I've been all around the world, alhamdulillah. I've tried different food. I've thought, what do I like? What do my mates like when we go out to eat? That's why I've came up with stuff like Factory Desi. That's all my own input, and it's the most fastest selling pizza that we do. And what it is,
tell us what that is.
It's just a normal pizza, but it's got chicken tikka, mince, green chilies, peppers, onions, olives and sweet corn.
Nice.
But that mix is just right. It seems to just hit the spot.
Sounds nice.
And everybody goes for it now. It's one of our hot favourites. I made that myself, right? As I said, I've worked with different people. Some of my friends are like scientists. They've come up with their own sauces. I worked with Carnival Cartel, good friend of mine, Faz. He was a big help. He came up and he gave me a lot of my products that I acquired. So as I said, I've had a lot of support from people, but the donut pizza was already Terry and that were doing it. I didn't know about it. I just knew that they had a donut pizza, but what I done is I defined it and I made it in a 16-inch box and I put the loaded fries and I made 3 different types of loaded fries.
How many people does that feed?
It feeds easily 2 to 3 people and it costs you 25 quid.
So it's like a family meal?
For about 2 people easily.
Yeah, could be more.
Could be more.
Depends if you're a big eater or not.
Now, this is just the start. I'm not sitting with one site and I'm just going to keep one site. I want to do multiple. I've got plans to open up multiple sites. I've got financial backers behind me that are willing to pump in the money. Right now, we're just getting the groundwork done. And we're about to launch our lunchtime menu and see the Shisha Lounge next door.
Yeah.
We're about to run that as a family restaurant up till 8, 9 p.m. Then after 8, 9 p.m. we start Shisha, so it's over 18s. But from like 3 p.m. right up till 9 p.m. we're going to have a family environment where families can come in with kids and we'll do deals like pizzas and burgers and fast food pasta. So that's when the business should really take off. That's not open yet because I've got an issue with the heating because it's really cold in that lounge just now. So I'm working on the heating. Once I've sorted that problem, we're going to reopen next door, which is currently the VIP Shisha Lounge. It's going to stay the VIP Shisha Lounge, but we're going to start the Shisha from 9 p.m. and rock it up till 3 in the morning. But all day, it's going to be an eating establishment with no Shisha during the day. So kids and families will be welcome. So that's what I'm working on.
What's happened with the Shisha environment, right? So when I was... Say about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was the place to be. If you were a young Asian guy or girl, this is where you were going.
Yeah.
Was a shisha cafe.
Yeah.
Because we didn't go out clubbing and all that stuff, obviously the small minority would. What's happened to it? Is it vapes that have killed it? Because if
it's still there, but see this new generation, they're not really interested in going to lounges and all that anymore the way we were.
So why is that? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Because maybe a lot of the new generation, they like a wee booze, they like a wee drink. I don't know.
Think is that?
I
Possibly,
remember the
because-
first Shisha place open that was
Look,
PlayStation and that.
It used to be
Shisha
like...
food.
do you know what it is?
See, at one point, everyone used to get like done up. It was an event
Yeah.
to go out on a night out. It was
if
that.
you don't drink alcohol and you don't really do anything wrong and you just want a chill out night with your mates, you would go to a Shisha Lounge, right? Still, even up until I shut the place 2 months ago, I only shut it so I could focus on the pizzas. It's going to reopen in about a week to 10 days once I sort out the heating. Now, we had a lot of regular customers who phone me nearly every day, when you open, want to come back. Because every Shisha cafe has their own line of customers. They've got their own regulars, right? People that are diehard. They're like, there's folk that will just go to, say, King's Lounge, folk that will just go to Urban Lounge, and folk that will just come to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build on that, but now we're offering the food, which is the main part. Nowadays, you cannot run a Shisha cafe unless you provide catering or food. You have to have a menu in order to make it justifiable because the actual money's not in Shisha.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not like London. You go to London and get a Shisha, you're talking 30 quid, 40 quid, right? You go to Manchester, it's still 25 quid. Up here, people grumble to pay 15 quid. Do you get me?
And people are using it as a full experience because they go there and they order food. So before you know it, your bill's 100, 150 quid.
That's why, see, when we enter the scene again, we're going to be hitting the food out. We're going to have all fast food because I looked and I watched all the people that were coming to the lounge. They were all bringing food in. What were they bringing? The majority of the people that were coming, they were bringing pizzas, burgers, loaded fries. Very few were bringing roti salad, right? Nobody was bringing that. It was all fast food. Everybody was bringing fast food. That's the reason why I went into the fast food industry, because I thought, you know what? I want to open 10 stores. I then want to sell it to a private equity firm. That's the exit.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But that's down the line. Right now, you've got to walk before you can run. So I've opened the first store. I'm now going to open the restaurant very soon. We're about to start a lunchtime menu. We're going to open from 12 until 3 with a set menu to hit the whole trades and Gorbals, all your business industry. Hit that hard. I'm going to give very competitive prices. I've just started marketing for the first time in my life. Companies like yourself and getting people on board who work for me, who do my marketing, and they've had an absolutely amazing response. I'm not going to put my own face forward too much because some people don't like it. But as I said, that's our game plan. So hopefully time will tell if I'm able to execute that game plan or not. God willing, inshallah, I will be able to.
Inshallah. See on the shisha stuff. Were people allowed to bring in their own food?
Yeah. We wouldn't stop it. Why would we stop it? They're still coming in, buying 2 shishas, spending 30 quid, buying mocktails, teas, coffees. So we would turn a blind eye bringing in food.
You weren't doing food, so it didn't bother you.
But now when we are doing food, you won't be able to bring any food in. But it's fine because people that are anybody that's came in, every single person that's came in, I've not had a bad review, and I don't think you have had a bad review.
No.
The food is of a decent quality. Remember, we're not doing fine dining. We're not targeting your high end market. I'm targeting people that the food is competitively priced, high quality, fast turnaround. But I want these people to come in every day. I don't want people to come in once a month. Okay, it's a special occasion. Let's go out to the VIP lounge and have a meal. No, I want people to be coming there. Do you know what? Time to get my dinner. Let's go to the lounge. Let's go to Pizza Factory. Let's go down there and get a smash burger. Let's go and get a loaded fries. Let's go down and get a pizza.
Favour, but because a lot of the shisha cafes' food is bang average, and they just you know they're not putting any effort into it.
Well, other people can run their business the way they want. I've never copied anybody. I always do things my way at my pace, which is, as I said, I don't need to rush. I've got no one that I need to impress. The only person I compete with is myself. As long as I'm doing better today than I was last year, alhamdulillah, that's all that matters.
You even put kiosks in, didn't you? You put kiosks in.
Yeah. I put in 2 kiosks so that one is outside the actual counter of the actual pizza kiosk, and then when you go in the lounge, when you walk in from the side entrance, you've got another kiosk, a self-ordering kiosk, and all the orders go direct into the kitchen. The chefs make the food and they bring it out to that whatever table it is. Everything's all it's all advanced system. It's all new to me. Do you get me? See
you
this?
look like you're about 80 years old.
Brother, do you know what it is? I've never been good with technology. Remember, I've not had a bank account, bro. I've just operated in cash.
That's mad.
And you probably won't find anybody else that operated like that. If I wanted to go to a gym, I'd go to my pal. I'd say, right, there's £100. Pay for the next 5 months of my gym. Right?
That's mad.
As I said, cash worked for me, but now it's become hard. I mean, you get stopped with cash, coppers take it off you.
Aye.
What's the limit on that now?
A grand.
Is that a grand? I thought it was £500.
No, it's £1,000. Might have changed now, but I was driving and I had picked up money from my wedding. It was £1,400 deposit I picked up. Copper stopped me and took it off me.
Did you get it back?
No, because it would cost more money to fight it and get it back. They just says we believe that this is for the proceeds of crime. I says prove it.
What?
And in the end, it was just a hit. And then I realised, see after that,
do that with your own money.
But then see now after that, I don't carry more than a grand with me anywhere I go. Maybe even just a couple of £100. Why shall I let them take it? It's hard-earned money. Do you know what I mean?
You can't just give them a... Well, do you even do invoices? Or do you just do all cash in it?
It was invoices, but they don't care. They don't care.
Aye.
Sometimes something's more hassle than it's worth.
Aye.
I mean, if I had to go and get a lawyer and go to a small claims court, and by the time I pay the lawyer, what am I getting back? £300-400? It's not worth it. I'd rather just not have the hassle but learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Get it?
So, before we get into some of the headline questions that we'll be using, we'll do a wee quick fire round. Just a bit of fun.
Back away.
Well, will you run the quick fire round?
Let's go. Ready for this?
I'm ready, brother, when you are.
Okay, so the point of this is to be quick fire. Don't give complex. I know you like going
just one word answers.
Boom. You're a bit like me, you like going off.
Let's do it.
Chicken or lamb?
Lamb.
Eat in or takeaway?
Eat in.
Late night munch or big breakfast?
Late night munch.
Sauce on top or sauce on the side?
Sauce on the side.
Oh, there's a lot of meanings to that one. One food spot.
What was that last one?
One food spot everyone loves but you don't.
I don't even know, mate. I can't answer that one. I don't know.
I think you do know, man.
One food stop everyone loves that I don't.
I want an answer here.
What about, tell us your favourite place to go for something?
Do you know what? If I actually started going to the likes of Bolo for a burger or Chilo's, I would go to Chilo's or I would go to Bolo's because I like the quality of their burgers. If I wanted a pizza, I would go to Halal Kebab House to get a spicy keema pizza cooked on a turka with the pineapples.
I've never tried that. Oh, pineapples?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Yes,
bro.
You don't like trying pineapples? Aye.
Oh, first guy I've met.
100%.
That's the most white thing you've ever said.
Brother, come on. You do not know what you're missing. You do not know what you're missing.
That's not a vibe, but it's fine.
It's a heavy vibe. Trust me. If you know, you know. Ask the public. Ask the public. That's the big debate. Ask the public.
I think there's a very small
Pineapple on a
percentage of
pizza.
people that
Aye,
like that.
definitely.
What was the pineapple?
What was that?
Spicy mince and
Spicy
pineapple.
mince, green chilies and pineapple. You can't whack it, brother, I'm telling you.
You had me going to
The halal
use pineapple.
kebab. I've never had the pizza.
I
It's really
see.
good.
Aye.
But you have to ask the uncle there, Uncle Saj, say, cook it on a turka.
Okay.
Or my good friend the West that owns it, cook it on the turka, and they'll cook it on the turka. I've not been for a while, right enough, but that's where I used to go for a pizza.
was your place.
If I wanted a lamb curry, I would go to Yadgar. I would ask for a lamb curry boneless, and Bicycle at Yadgar would hook it up.
Always boneless
Right,
like that.
always boneless. Now, if you want like good quality grill, I'd go to the Afghan places because I quite like the way that they cooked it all. But everyone's got their own taste calibre. I'll eat anywhere as long as it's halal.
Now that you've opened this up, because this is your first time in fast food, do you think that you won't eat fast food as much now because you see it getting made?
I've actually became sick to death of eating pizzas.
I was going to say.
Because all I've done for the last 2 weeks, I've not been to a gym in 2 weeks. I became a fat wee bastard again, right? And all I've done is eat pizzas, and I've eaten fast food. So see now, I've got the chef to make curries, because see my chef, an Indian boy, very good friend of mine, spot on, Amit Randhawa. He's my main chef, and he cooks an absolutely banging curry. So he made a lamb curry. It was off the hook. Yesterday I took him in prawns. I says, make me a prawn curry, and he, oi, what a curry. So I'm eating like rice and curries now a wee bit because I had to get away from the pizzas.
It's hard, isn't it? Right, okay. Weirdest food combo you secretly enjoy? I think you just answered that.
Aye, pineapples on a pizza. I'll argue with anybody all day long about
Oh
that.
my
I wouldn't
god.
even try it. Ever pretended food was nice just to be polite?
Nah, I'm a realist. If something's not nice, I'll say I don't like it.
Aye.
I won't slate it because everything's from Allah. You should never disrespect food. So
No, I
I
like that.
won't ever disrespect food because it's a gift of Allah, because a lot of people don't have food. But if I don't like it, I'll simply say it's not to my taste calibre. Do you know what I mean?
No, I like that.
And have you ever pretended to like food just to be polite?
Well, I'm like
judge
him.
reviews.
I'm like him. I'll never affect anyone's rizq.
Of course.
If I don't like something, I'll say it's not to my taste. Or
Bilkul.
I'll never say it's shit. Cause
Why
somebody's
should you
making
shit
it.
on someone's rizq? It's a big no-no.
No, people hate that about me. They go, you do food reviews, you never say things that are nasty. I goes, could be my taste buds.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's bad for everyone.
Why should you damage someone's rizq?
No.
Rizq comes from Allah and from Allah alone. Who
Yeah.
are we to criticise it? If I don't like
100%.
it, chup karge jao.
Yeah.
Don't like it, no bother.
We
Crack
had that
on.
discussion as well. People commenting on clients that I do work for. Oh, that's frozen, or the stuff's crap. But people go to McDonald's and eat, and no one says nothing.
Aye. Yeah.
McDonald's is terrible, but it's like plastic food.
I don't know what he was doing there.
I'm getting a wee drink, a wee smiley.
Right. People love success or love gossip more.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can be successful. It takes a certain calibre of person to become successful. But anybody can gossip.
Yeah.
Anybody can gossip.
Do you like gossip?
Nah, it's wrong. I don't like it. I've been at the receiving end of the gossip, unfortunately, as you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't particularly like it, and I don't really partake in it. You won't find me bitching about anybody. I'm not interested. I just operate. I do my thing.
Yeah.
If people want to talk about me, Gardi, so bismillah. I'm doing my thing, and I'm not bothering anybody.
It's a good way to be. It's a good way to be. That's the quick fire done. Pass you back over to the judge.
The judge.
So we're going to... He's a... Well, I love your Punjabi, man. It's so good.
He is actually really good. He has to be, man. He's
Punjabi,
dealing with
the
this. He's all
proper,
the time.
People don't know that I can speak Punjabi. They,
good-
look,
it's
they
good
take one look at me
Punjabi.
and think he's a Gora.
Aye.
But
Do
you
you know
know,
the first
I'm
time I
more
ever seen
Asian
you?
than the majority of Asian people.
Do you know the first time I seen you was probably about 20 years ago at a function? A long time ago. And I thought I was confused. You ever seen Four Lions?
Aye, you thought I was one of them.
Barry, man. I thought you were Barry. I just pretended to be an upper.
Sick guy. Oh, shit. That's so random. Right, these questions are going to be our headline questions we're going to use online. Right, so straight talking. I normally say people no filter, but with you, some filter, right?
I'll
Yours will
have
be
some
extreme.
filter. As I said, I don't want to get to jail, and I don't want to get anybody to jail, so I'm going to be very selective what I say.
So, why do you think some people genuinely want to see you fail?
Because in the society that we live in, it's people don't like to see other people do well or better than them. But people don't understand that if you want to become somebody, there is no easy road to success. Even if you pick the door number out, it's not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
You have to put a struggle, a strategy. You've got to have commitment. You've got to be disciplined in order for you to get success. Now, success comes from Allah alone. If Allah's written that you're going to be successful at something, the whole community, the whole society and community can be against you. But if Allah wants you to become successful, you'll be successful.
Yeah. And have haters ever motivated you more than supporters?
Well, I just get used to having haters, and it's great because I operate and no one comes to my face. It's always behind my back, or it's online, or he said, she said. It doesn't faze me because look at all the successful people. Do you think they don't have haters? They've got bare haters. You just don't know about it.
Yeah.
So having haters is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It's a sign that I'm doing something right. If people are pissed off that I'm a bit of Jack the Lad and I don't care what people think, and even when I get put down, I rise again. If people don't like that, that's up to them. I can't be in control of that.
You need to be quite thick-skinned.
Absolutely.
To be able to deal with
Very
people if you want to be
thick-skinned.
successful, for sure.
What's your biggest tips to people that are maybe down on their luck or failed at something? What's your main advice to them?
See, if you stick to 3 things, right, as a guy, if you stick to 3 things, you cannot go wrong. What are those 3 things? Turn to Allah. See if you go back to the drawing board and you genuinely ask Allah. I've been at the point in my life a few times where I've connected with Allah and I've begged Allah in dua. I've said, Ya Allah, if this is for me, show me a sign. If this is not for me, show me the way. And I swear to God, every single time that I've done that, Allah has showed me a sign.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you need to do.
Yeah.
Because listen, everything comes from Allah. Doesn't matter how hard you work or how good you are at something. If it's written for you to get something, you're going to get that. So the first thing you've got to do is connect to Allah. The second thing you've got to do is go to the gym. See, when you go to the gym, it's not just about getting a body. It's about getting confidence in your mind. And it's even when you don't want to go to the gym. My mate Naz got me into the gym. God bless this man. He's one of my best friends to this day, right? Azim. He does car detailing, executive detailing, top guy. He got me into the path of going to the gym, whether you like it or not. He drilled that alpha mentality into me, saying, listen, I don't care if you want to go to the gym, you're going to go. Every day, 5 days a week, you come to the gym at a set time, from this time to this time, even if you don't want to train. But see, when you make that a part of your routine, your mental health is clear. And when you start getting a good body, when results don't come overnight, they'll come over a few months, right? Once you start training and you start getting well about yourself, and you start getting confident in your mind, all the demons start to disappear. When you focus on fitness, eating well, going to the mosque, reading namaz, trying to be a good Muslim, when you follow these things and then you focus on whatever business you're doing, whether it's weddings, whether it's fast food, whether it's podcasts, or whether it's online marketing strategies, whatever it is that you do, if you focus on that and you split your time between those 3 things, Allah, the gym, and your business, you cannot fail. And see, if you seem to fail at the start, keep trying. Success does not come overnight. As I said, I've done many different businesses over the years. Many have failed. People don't talk about the failures. I opened a car wash, I failed. I opened a grocery shop, it failed. I opened a dessert business, it failed. I've opened many businesses and failed. The ones that people talk about are the ones that 1 in 10 that have worked. Weddings, I popped it, right? Smashed it. Pizza, it's early days. It's only been 2 weeks, right? Inshallah, if Allah wills it, I'll be successful. If it's not written for me to be successful, then who am I to argue with it? As long as I said, I'm still at the gym, I'm eating well, I've got good people around me, I'm back in the house with my parents, I've got my parents' du'ava, and I can't ask for any more. I've got solid friends around me. That is health, that is wealth. Money's not everything. I would be a millionaire, but I would have had to have stepped on a few people and fucked a few people over, which I'm not prepared to do. I'd rather have my self-respect. I'll go anywhere in this city and I get respect from anybody and everybody. I go about myself. And alhamdulillah, the respect that I've got, the majority of people don't have. I'll go to many places today and people won't charge me because of who I am. This is the level, alhamdulillah, that Allah has given me this respect, but it's how I've treated the people. So I would say to everybody, young guy out there, believe in yourself and don't let anybody tell you that you can't achieve something. If you believe in your heart that you could become something, doesn't matter if the whole society or your family tell you can't be successful. Persevere, put in the work, turn to Allah and hit the gym, get your mind and your routine disciplined and you will achieve it. If not today, if not tomorrow, maybe this year, maybe next year, but eventually everything will just happen and it's all from Allah, but you've got to put the work and you've got to believe in yourself. Never doubt yourself. Yeah, I'm the weakest guy at any table I've ever sat at. But alhamdulillah, I've always exited better off, right?
Yeah.
So, got to believe in yourself and you've got to have confidence. I believe I'm very confident and I drill that into myself. No one's going to change that otherwise, unless God takes it away from me. So that's any advice that's the only advice I could give to people. I'm not a millionaire, right? But achieve what you want to achieve by putting in the hard work. People will shoot you down, that's normal.
Yeah.
And
Don't think that people are going to say, yeah, go. Nah, mate. Society doesn't work like that. Society doesn't want you to do well because they might be sitting down doing next to nothing, living off the dole, not being able to go places, spending all day on social media, doing putte haram. Whereas, see, at the end of it, the ones that get up and go and strive are the ones that you don't see about. You only hear about the people when they pop it.
Yeah.
No one knew who a lot of these fast food owners were until they opened the businesses.
Yeah.
People thought, where were they all this time? They were putting in the grind. They were putting in the hard work. A lot of businessmen, no one knew about them until they hit it big.
Yeah.
But they don't know about all the work that these guys did in order to get to there. I've got a mate that does shops, and he's opening a massive shop in Shawlands. It's going to be a Morrison's Daily. And he's one of my biggest inspirations.
Right.
Morrison. Top guy, absolutely fantastic, like a big brother, never failed me, always giving me advice. See if I get stuck in a spot of bother about business, I'll phone someone like Morrison and Morrison will give me the solution for nothing. He doesn't want nothing off me. There's nothing that I could do for him. Right, there are other people as well, many people. By Nawaz Kader, he's another one. He used to do Black Rooster. He's been giving me all sorts of advice lately. I cannot fault the guy. The guy's 10 times. A lot of people on that level who are big fish, movers and shakers in society. I go to these people for advice. Never be too shy to ask someone for help or ask someone for advice. I might be the man in weddings, but I'm not the man at money management. I'm not the man at fast food. So I'll talk to people that have done it, that have already achieved things. They've done the fast food game. They've kicked it. They now want other things, but they've still got the knowledge and the know-how. I'll go to these people. Don't ever be too shy to ask, and you'll find that, see, when you knock on someone's door or you reach out to someone, 9 times out of 10, they're going to help you.
You know, I know Nawaz.
Big Nawaz, a
small world.
good friend of mine.
He's a nice guy.
Yep, top guy, bro.
So random.
People like him, people like Motion. Motion doesn't like to be mentioned, but I'm going to mention it because he's been with me since day dot. He's always supported me. There are many other people, far too many people for me to mention. But I'm just saying, see when you roll and you have these kind of guys in your network, and like in my phone, I have all the movers and the shakers. I could call them personally at any time. I've built that connection with them. See the advice these guys give. You couldn't get online. The realest people.
Real advice.
Alhamdulillah, honest to God. So I wish all these guys the success because I look at these guys and I look at how these guys look at the discipline. My mate Motion's at his shops. He's got about 4 or 5 shops. Absolutely smashing it. But he deserves the world. Why? Day or night, whether he feels like it or not, he's at that business. He's had the balls to go into and go all in on a business. If that fails, he's lost a major amount of capital. But see if that works, and it will work, he's killed it. And as I said, when you see people like that making moves, it inspires you to make moves as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So I get inspired by other people, but as I said, from Allah and Allah alone, you'll get success, but you've got to do it the right way. There are no shortcuts. And you can ask me, I've dabbled here and there, and nothing worked. Alhamdulillah, when you go back to the drawing board, success is only in Allah's hands when you do it all halal. Keep it halal.
Yeah, I would say that's, you said 3 things there that many people don't mention, the obvious, simple things. But it's good. You've shown, obviously, you've started businesses, you've been knocked down. Keep going forward. That's the thing.
That's it.
Don't give up.
If one door closes, go and open another door for yourself. Don't sit and feel sorry for yourself. Get out there and go and grind. Find. No one's going to come to you with an opportunity. You've got to find the opportunity. You've got to create it yourself.
You know what's funny about what you said? Blavo's started his business maybe 6-7 months ago. He's doing well. And he said to me one thing, he goes, Jay, you're going to find being my pal, there's going to be a lot of haters that come across your way. And I thought he's talking nonsense. But see, actually, because he's doing so well, he has unearthed people that hate him.
I remember before he started, because we were talking about a year and a half ago, he came down to the lounge and had a sit down with me.
Yeah.
And I just liked the vibe that the guy had. I'm no hitting on you, my man. I'm just telling you straight. Listen, see the way you came in. You were Jack the lad. You didn't give a fuck. You came in and you're just raw and you're, listen, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing. We could work together. We could do this. We could do. I thought, you know what? This guy's hungry. This guy's on it, because you don't often see that. Even the way you've been approaching me, I've only just got to know you, but my man sitting here, I've known him and I've seen the way he operates. He's hitting at the market. He's out there. He's hungry. He doesn't stop. He reminds me a bit like myself. I mean, I'm a lot older than you. What age are you?
Don't want to say on camera, man. No, 36. 36.
Oh, you're not that much. I thought you were in your 20s.
It's good, man.
Honestly, I thought you were in your 20s. Listen, I'm 41, right? So I'm not good at guessing.
We're the same, bro. We're the same.
You're about my age as well.
41.
There you go, 1984.
But as they say,
The best.
as they say, real recognise real. So no matter what, you end up finding your niche of people that you want to associate with.
Too right.
Me, I'm very fussy now with who I associate with, who I talk to, and especially who I do business with. So when he's talking about hate, I'll get a lot of that low key. People will go to other people and talk about me. And
thrive off it, brother. Thrive off it.
But one thing is no matter what, I'll stay true to what I've done.
Aye.
Similarly, what you said there, for me, it's important to be honourable. For me, it's important to make sure I'm above board with everything I do. If I treat everyone well, then their reason for hating me can only be something that's a problem on their end and not on my end.
True.
As I said, one thing you said, real, recognise real, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
Some of the best people I know, it's just when you meet someone, you just click, because real, recognise real. It's a fact.
100.
You know what I mean?
Okay, brother. Before we wrap this up, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I didn't know there was so much to you from talking to you, which is good doing these kind of things, because you get to know people.
I've never done this before, mate.
No, well, I had a feeling you'd be good at it, so...
I don't know if I'm good at it or bad. I'll let the public decide. Have I said too much? I don't know. So
you said what you had to say, and it's good. Before we wrap up, do you want to tell anyone watching where to find your businesses, what you're doing, etc.?
Okay, so currently I operate two businesses. One is VIP Functions, where we specialise in catering, decor, which is your stages, backdrops, aisleways, centerpieces, chair covers, welcome receptions, dessert buffets. We have we also hire the ice Shivani chairs. So we've imported a lot of stuff from China, from India, from Pakistan. We've got a big collection. Our catering is the finest in the city. And again, I could sit and sell sand to the Arabs, but proof is in the pudding. Come and try my catering. Anybody wants a wedding, get in touch with myself. I'll give you the best deals. I'll give you the best package. And the most important part, the best food. If you want to sample my food, I'll get my dad to hook up the samples. Not a problem anytime. Come down to any of our upcoming events. Try my food. Food, hands down, there is no competition in the market that can touch our food. And this is from Allah, because my father has barkat. He's a very religious man. He's done about 30 Hajj, and he lives and dies for Allah. As I said, he's not materialistic. Sometimes he won't make money on these fotkies. Most of the time he won't make money, but he does it to serve the community, and Allah gives him barakah. I've never seen anybody get the barakah that my father's got. So try us out for VIP Functions. We're a one-stop shop. You only need to deal with myself, and I'll be in charge of everything. So it's not as if you need to deal with one person for the decor, one person for the service, and one person for the catering. Come to myself at my office behind the pizza factory and behind the lounge. I've got a private office there. Come down there, sit down. My time is for free, and I'll give you the best package deal. That's the one thing I'm doing. But the thing is, there's not weddings every day. So what I do on a day-to-day basis is I'm hands-on in this original pizza factory. It's early days. We're about to launch a lunchtime menu starting at 12 till 3. We're based at 92 Kilbirnie Street in Tradeston, which is right across the road from the Batley's Cash and Carry. And we're open at this moment, we're open from 4 p.m. until 2 a.m. We're online all the apps, Uber Eats, Just Eat, Deliveroo, and we've got our own app with Mealzo. Pop down anytime. We've got lots of offers on. We're doing a 20% discount for all taxi drivers between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. if you come down and pay in cash, because cash is king. Come and pay in cash, and we'll give you 20% off. That's a fair discount to all you taxi drivers. There's hundreds of you in the city. Come down, sit in, have your kana shana, and go back to work. And when the lounge opens, hopefully in the next week or two, there'll be a sit-in place for family environment from 3 p.m. up until 9 p.m. for families and kids. And then from 9 p.m. till 3 in the morning, we'll be hitting the shisha market, late night food, shisha, desserts. Come down, again, 92 Kilbirnie Street. I'm not hard to find. You can find me on TikTok, you could find me on Instagram, Facebook, or ask anybody in the city, how do I get in touch with Abdul Raheem?
My nickname is Ragu. Some people know me as Ragu. Contact me anytime anyone has any questions. You want to talk to me, I'm an open door policy. Come down and see me anytime. Is that all right?
Oh, perfect. No, thanks. And Bravo, thanks for coming on as always.
Good man.
Our
Enjoyed
partner
it.
of choice. Okay, guys, so that's a wrap today in today's episode of Judge Reviews Podcast. Big love to the sponsors keeping the show alive: Steak Lounge and Grill, Spuddies, Mr. Chef, and Figos. Your support lets us keep shining a light on the superstars. I'm Jay from the Judge Reviews, and I'll see you in the next episode.